Welcome to Baz Travels. After driving 14,826 kilometers through 24 states and Washington, D.C., I've seen rocket launches to the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam. I've explored Route 66, ghost towns, deserts, snow, and beaches on both coasts. From Vegas casinos to Alcatraz, the White House to Hollywood. Join me for a journey of the ordinary and the extraordinary.
Loading destination. Simulation starting in 3, 2, 1. To look around, move your phone or tablet. Click and drag if on a computer or move your head if using a VR headset. Please like and subscribe.
Welcome to episode 82. We're continuing our look around San Francisco. Today we're walking from the top of the guardhouse down East Road, passing the ruins of the Officers Club and heading towards the Model Industries building. From the top of the guardhouse, this road follows the island's eastern edge. During the prison's operation, East Road served as a vital service route linking the dock area with the upper levels of Alcatraz. Supplies, staff, and maintenance crew used this narrow road daily, while inmates assigned to labor or cleanup detail were often escorted along it under close watch. The steep grade and limited cover made it easy to monitor, another example of how the island's layout reinforced security. As we continue, we come to the remains of the Officers Club, once one of the most active social spaces on Alcatraz. Built during the federal penitentiary years in the 1930s, it provided a space where the prison employees and their families could relax away from the cell house environment. Inside was a dining room, lounge, and even a small bowling alley. Dances, movie nights, and community events were held here regularly, a reminder that despite its reputation as a fortress, Alcatraz also functioned as a small neighborhood. The building was destroyed by fire in 1970 during the Native American occupation of the island. The blaze left only concrete foundations and charred walls, which still stand today overlooking the water. The ruins tell a different side of Alcatraz's story, the years when it became a symbol of protest rather than punishment. Further along the path, we approached the Model Industries building, located on the northwest corner of the island. This structure dates to the 1920s, when Alcatraz still operated as a U.S. Army disciplinary barracks. It was later expanded in 1939 by the Bureau of Prisons and converted into workshops for inmate labor. Here prisoners produced clothing, furniture, and various maintenance supplies used by other federal institutions. The name Model Industries reflected the prison's attempt to promote productivity and routine rather than idleness, though in reality, work here was monotonous and closely supervised. The building's windows were heavily barred, and its position on the shoreline made escape nearly impossible. Even so, it was the site of several incidents, including an attempted breakout in 1939, when inmates James Lucas, Rufus McCain, and Thomas Limerick attacked a guard and tried to reach the shore. Their effort failed within minutes, ending in gunfire and casualties. Another grim example of how dangerous desperation could become on Alcatraz. Standing near the Model Industries building today, the sound of the bay and the distant city feel far removed from the isolation that once defined this place. Yet the structures that remain, the guardhouse, the officers' ruins, and the workshops, still outline how completely self-contained life on the island was. That concludes today's episode, a walk down East Road past the remains of the Officers Club and onwards to the Model Industry building, where daily life in Alcatraz mixed labor, discipline, and the ever-present awareness of the water just beyond its walls.
Simulation terminated. Please comment, like and subscribe.